Hi, I'm Mark Neal, and I'm talking with best-selling author Frank Peretti about his highly anticipated new novel, Illusion. Frank, a lot of people have seen the author side of you and have delved into your writings and your writing process, but I want to diverge a little bit from that for a minute. Um, Now, I hear you have a top 10 list of little-known facts about Frank Peretti, so I'm wondering if you could share those with us.
Yeah, well, I don't know. This is part of the great interview, get to know the guy process here. So I have written them down on this little list here. These are 10 things that are little known about Frank Peretti. Oh, my friends of mine were over last night and we worked on this. And so one of my friend, he asked me, Frank, uh, what do you regret the most that you've ever sold of yours? What do you regret selling? And I came right back and said, my airplane. Yeah, I used to have a Cessna 182. I
Nice.
got tired of flying. I figured, when the hassle outweighs the fun, it's time to quit. And I guess the hassle began to outweigh the fun with the regulations and having to stay current and the cost and the hangar and the maintenance. Nah, 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 nah. So I sold the plane. I remember that day when it was flying away. Oh, I can't go there. Anyway, yeah. I have two dogs, both of whom are rescued mutts. They're not high
Nice.
class purebreds. No, they were just dogs that needed a home, and so I gave them a home. So I'm a mutt
What
rescuer.
are, what are your dogs' names?
We got little Cindy. She's part border collie and part everything else. And then we've got Cyrus, and we don't know what in the world he is.
Okay.
He's a larger working class dog. He looks
Okay.
kind of like a golden lab,
Hmm.
but a whole bunch of other things too. They're both really sweet. And they were both looking for homes, and so we've had them for about 7 years now.
Great.
They're our kids. All right. My dear wife, Barbara, cuts my hair. She's cut my
Fantastic.
hair for 40 years. So, how does it look? Anyway.
It looks good.
Yeah. Yeah, do you like it? Okay. Oh, I recycle and I compost.
Oh, that's
We have,
fantastic.
yeah, cans, glass, bottles, plastic, all the little water bottles.
Hmm.
We recycle all that stuff. And I used to feed worms too. I used to have a big worm bin up in our greenhouse. I
Really?
had 7,000 little
What,
red wiggler
what were the
worms.
worms for?
They eat the compost.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, you got all your kitchen scraps there, and you take them up there and you dump them in the worm bin, and in about a week it's all gone. They've converted it all to little worm droppings
Oh, and
called
that adds to the compost.
oh. You put that on your plants, boy, they love it.
So you're
It's
also a gardener.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't garden that much anymore, but I used to really be into that, and I recycle and I compost, and boom, number five. I like shrimp. That's exciting. All right. Uh, number six. This is a little unusual. I don't really sign books. Um,
Oh, why's that?
I'm glad you asked. It's this hand right here. When the Oath came out years ago, I went on a 1 month book signing tour and fried the tendon right here on the back of my thumb. And it took me for about a year afterward. This is true. I couldn't hold a pen or write anything. I had to have somebody else write for me because I couldn't hold a pen. So anyway, I played the banjo and I played the guitar, and I decided, if I want to be able to use my thumb, I better draw the line on big, massive book signings.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
I can look. I can hold a pen. I can write and stuff, but I can't do it. It's a
Yeah,
hundred.
it's
So when I go out on book tours, we're going to have all kinds of different ways to get around that.
yeah.
I've got the book stamps.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't sound very cool, but I do have a book stamp of my signature with the initials left off, so I can sign an F and an E, a P, and then
Okay.
both of it. Um, we'll figure something out, but if folks want to come and get a book with something special in it, we're going to find a way.
Great.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. I lead the worship at my church. I've got two different worship teams, and I lead those worship teams every Sunday morning.
Now, do you play the guitar or banjo when you do that?
I mostly play the guitar
Okay,
because the banjo is not very good for leading worship.
right.
The guitar is a big chord instrument, it's a full
Right,
sound.
right.
Last week I did play the banjo on one song because we had a pianist and a good bass player, so we could get a good full background, rhythm and chords and stuff. I played in the sweet by and by, in the
Mm.
sweet by and by. It's fun. Okay. Oh yes. Oh, I already talked about the worms, but I'll add this. I raised worms. I also raised chickens, and I raised trout. I had a
Ah.
trout pond. Well, I still have a pond, but the trout are gone.
Now,
We
did you sell them or was it just for your own consumption?
we ate them, yeah.
Okay, nice.
The trout. I didn't eat the worm.
Yes, not the worms.
Yeah, and we ate some of the chickens, but that was years ago. Those are what's the word? Synergistic or something. The way they just kind of work together. The fish love to eat the
Hmm.
worms, and the worms love to eat chicken poop. And then when the fish die, put them in the worm bin. The worms eat the fish, so it kind of works in a real nice
Perfect
circle.
cycle, yeah.
I had a chicken kept getting out, and she kept eating my broccoli.
Hmm.
So I killed her, buried her under the broccoli. All right. Oh, number 9. My dear wife Barbara is a painter, uh,
Ah.
and she paints watercolor, beautiful stuff. And
Does she do landscapes or?
landscapes, churches, flowers, beautiful flowers. She's done old rusty tractors out in pastures. She's done,
Fantastic.
yeah. And I guess, she said, you can't tell them that. That's about me. You got to talk about you. And I said, oh, okay. In my home, there are many paintings done by.
There you go.
Yeah. Number 10. I do the dishes in our house. I can't cook to save my life, but I do all the cleanup. Boy, see the dish, wash the dish. That's me.
Now,
So
does that mean that you actually wash the dishes by hand, or do you load them into the dishwasher?
I mostly load them into the
Okay.
dishwasher, except the delicate ones, and I
Right.
wash those by hand. But coffee cups, plates, silverware, you name it, send it my way, it'll get washed.
Okay. And there you have it. The top 10 little known facts about Frank Peretti.
The top 10 little known facts about Frank Peretti.